I already know the drill, man. Hit the like button one time for the culture. Don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel. Because like I said, man, there was a other part of said trade that took place yesterday. Jonnu Smith, man, a heck of a player in his own right. And like I said, man, that's why I felt like we should spend a little bit of time to talk some Jonnu Smith, all right? Let's pull up his contract. So we got his new money all the way locked in as well. But like I said, man, shout out to Rosenhaus, a.k.a. Drew Rosenhaus, money team. If you know, you know. Like I said, man, that's the guy right there. But yeah, man, with Jonnu Smith, though, like I said, he did get a nice pay bump. Is going up to 1 year, $12 million, where he was scheduled to only be receiving $6 million. So like I said, he did double his pay increase, right? But just last year, like I said, man, played in 17 games, had 6 starts, had 88 catches for 884 yards, 8 touchdowns. All right. He also, where is it? Oh, where was it? Oh, there it is. There we go. I was like, yo, where are my targets at? Yeah, and he had the 88 catches, but it was on 111 targets, which were the most in his career. So throughout his career, though, right, he's played 8 years total in the league. Came into 2017 in Tennessee. Like I said, Arthur Smith was his coach while he was down there, man. Started out position coach, and then from there, obviously, Arthur Smith became coordinator down in Tennessee. And then from there, obviously, Atlanta is where they reunite. But throughout his time, right? Last year was his most productive year of his career, both in terms of yardage, in terms of receptions, and in terms of touchdowns. It tied the most that he would have had with 8 receiving touchdowns. Now, we remember how many receiving touchdowns led our team last year. Jonnu Smith would have been our leading receiver in touchdown yardage. He would have been second in receiving yards, just behind George Pickens last year in terms of receiving yards as well. But like I said, man, throughout his career, man, he's been in that 400 to 500 receiving yards range, but it's constantly been arrow pointed up, right? Started out, 157 receiving yards, 258 yards. Then it was 400 plus. Had 294, 245, 2 years in New England, but then gets back with Arthur Smith in Atlanta, 582. And then, like I said, just last year, man, that 884 range down in Miami. So when we're looking at that, we do see consistent production. We do see consistent arrow pointed up. But in terms of body type, 6'3", 248, a little bit different in terms of how he is going to be utilized. I think it was Mark Cabali. Shout out to Kaboom also, man. But he had reported that the Steelers are planning to use him in multiple ways, man. True tight end, slot receiver, but also H-back. And I think that is appropriate. When you look at how the Dolphins used him, we know Mike McDaniel, offensive savant in terms of how he, has been able to carve up teams with that Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, Tua Tagovailoa approach down in Miami. Jonnu Smith, though, man, really was a productive part of that offense as well. So to me, a little bit different style because McDaniel's a lot more of that West Coast, see the movement, the motion pre-snap, and how he's, scheming certain guys to get the ball early and around the line of scrimmage. We're a little bit different in our approach with that, but I do feel like with Arthur Smith, with Aaron Rodgers, that play action pass element and having a veteran quarterback who understands how to get the ball out, how to throw guys open, how to put tight window throws out there consistently as well. That's something that even though Jonnu played with a good quarterback in Tua Tagovailoa, he hasn't played with a guy that has the precision and accuracy and touch and anticipation that Aaron Rodgers presents. And I think that that's the part that is a little bit more intriguing to why I want to see how Jonnu Smith's production could even increase. I don't think he'll get more targets than he had last year, the 111 targets, because with a DK Metcalf, a Pat Freiermuth, and we want to run this football, we're not going to throw 111 passes to Jonnu Smith. I don't see, and barring an injury, I don't see that happening. But I do feel like, man, he is going to be a guy that, he can create separation versus linebackers. That's why these type of athletes, man, the Pat Freiermuths, those big, rangy tight end types, man, you want them because they create mismatches. Not all mismatches have to be at the wide receiver position. Some of them are that right there, and he's a dude that understands how to win. And when you have a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers who understands how to get those guys the football and also how to get them the ball in just a catchable way, right? It's the difference between you throwing it on the back hip where that guy has to reach behind to get it, slows his momentum, stops him, versus you throwing it on that front shoulder where now he's catching it and now he's able to turn his head and keep his momentum going the right way. That's the difference between yak yardage. That simple little detail, but those are the things that a guy like Aaron Rodgers, who's done that historically through his career, is, he's a dude that's going to be able to help us out, man. He's the guy that's going to ultimately be able to maximize a Jonnu Smith. He's going to be able to maximize a Pat Freiermuth. And I think that, when you throw those two dudes in there along with the Darnell Washington, who we're hoping, man, we'll continue to see more production from him now that we got a dude that, at least with Aaron Rodgers, historically, man, has used all his weapons, man. I mean, you think about his time back in Green Bay with the Mercedes Lewis, right? We know he had his weapons, the Devontae Adams of the world, right? The Randall Cobbs of the world. But Mercedes Lewis is this guy for a while as well out in Green Bay, man. So I think of that, and I'm just like, we don't need to give out any more talent. Don't give away any more talent, especially on the offensive side of the ball. If you want to add another receiver, I think you can do that. But right now, I'm just like, man, I like what we have in terms of Rodgers being able to maximize a Jonnu Smith. And like I said, for me, that's kind of my mindset with it and why I think that the move, including him, made it make a lot more sense. Because we're getting 2 Pro Bowl caliber players. You're getting 2 dudes that are coming off of really good seasons while, you only lost 1 of those type of players, man. So that part, I think, will be a benefit for us, man. It will be something that we should feel good about. But yeah, I don't want to move on from move. Like, I want to be clear about that. I like this move as long as we're keeping Muth with it. But as we talked about earlier with the TJ Watt thing, man, I mean, is anybody safe right now? Who's safe? Anybody's on the trading block, man. Because, yeah, when you move on from Minkah Fitzpatrick, man, yeah, anybody is available, man. But that's the thing that we got to see, though, man. All right, because Jonnu Smith, though, man, his game is very similar to Moose, though. They got a lot of similarities, but obviously the difference with Moose is more inline tight end, whereas with Jonnu, man, they move him around a little bit more Connor Hayward, Michael Pruitt-esque. So that's a little bit of the difference to the games, but to me, man, yeah. Keep them both. All right. But hopefully y'all are enjoying yourselves, man. And if you are, hit the like button for the one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel.